ability he believes in them. And that's a huge thing for any young player. And we've spoken a bit earlier here about these young players coming in. And a lot of the time managers, they don't, I suppose, they're under so much pressure. They don't give the opportunity to these young players coming through for the kind of, I suppose, the thought and the fear of actually that they fail and the blame will come on them. But he's given them that. He's given them belief. And you can see it afterwards in the games that they're growing. And they show such belief in this manager and his backroom team that, you know what I mean, the sky's the limit. And us as supporters are just so proud of them and what they've achieved to date. And we look positive after 2022. We had a bad year last year, but again, with injuries. But we're in a good place. And as I say, we're in an All-Ireland final. And again, it's everyone's to win, but it's everyone's to lose as well.
I think he's also, which is rare enough, humble. And was humble enough to say he was naive when he talked about winning the All-Ireland in that first interview. But he went off and realised that he needed to go back to a little bit of what Kevin Welch had been doing and have a defensive structure. And he called out Dively yesterday as being part of that, and Cian O'Neill as well as putting that defensive structure in place. And that's what won them the game. Like keeping Donegal scoreless for as long as they did in the second half ultimately gets them over the line. And a lot of managers come in and it's, you know, it's my way or the highway, we're going to do this. And actually what it does require is that you do learn as you go along and you do evolve and you do change. And that is definitely the hallmark of somebody who is adapting to the challenge.
100%, because it doesn't make a difference what position, what job you have. You must be able to adapt. You must be able to change when you see change needs to be done. I suppose we were in a scenario there where we're in the doldrums, and my old buddy Kevin Welch came in and put a huge emphasis on defensive football regarding the scenario of, which was a problem at the time because it was mostly all defence. And I suppose what happened that time, I suppose, we didn't evolve quickly under Kevin and no fault of his own to that attack where we had we probably saw the emergence of that great Dublin team were showing where they were to be able to super attack and super defence. And I suppose that's why if you look at all the teams at the moment, and we give out about Jack O'Connor, because I suppose Kerry football was always known about the great footballing skills. In Galway ourselves, saying there's two teams that go out and want to play football. But we had to evolve, and we had to change, and we had to show where the great start of a great team is actually its defence, its goalkeeper, its midfield. But when you look at the teams and you look at Donegal, it's the defence that are scoring as much as the forwards. So you have this kind of it's both it's basketball where you hear offence and defence, because that's what we've come to where you're not anymore. I was watching there for about 5 minutes, and right beside Conor Gleeson was Damien Comer and Brendan McCall in the small square. So it just shows you how the game has evolved regarding the number on your back means nothing. It's just a scenario where you're given a number of jersey 1 to 15, which shows you you're starting. But regarding on the pitch, you're covering every bit of your glass, and you have a system and you have a job to do.